WWE are forced to edit a botched SmackDown segment. A top AEW star teases a WWE return, and a former WWE star wins a major indie championship. It's all in the wrestling news right now. They did a double whammy of SmackDown on Friday, Ross. A double whammy.
Have you seen the video on social medias?
Oh, would you say it was a WTF moment?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was, Tom. I can't confirm. Shall we do a dramatic reenactment of what happened while being sat on the same side of the table? So just to set the scene, the spoiler's coming. So on next... It's not much of a spoiler. On next week's SmackDown, you're going to see a contract signed, and I assume for the WrestleMania matchup between Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Around the table is Naomi there as well?
Naomi's there, Ronda Rousey's there, Charlotte's there, Sonya Deville's there, Adam Pearce is there.
There's a lot of people in the ring, and the culmination, it would seem, of this segment is Ronda Rousey taking Charlotte hair by the lovely, long, luscious blonde hair, and I said short and curly
Charlotte hair by the lovely Flair.
By the lovely, long, luscious hair, and twatting her face off the table. But what actually happens? Who do you want to be?
I will be Charlotte if you be Ronda.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
So I'm going to get the hair.
Oh!
It didn't quite go to plan, everybody. Now, I've got no idea what happened here. There was some sort of malfunction at the junction. Of course, with Charlotte Flair being involved, everyone's going to go, Charlotte's not selling for somebody else. She's a bitch.
There's always that conspiracy theory, isn't there? So basically, it's either Ronda didn't put enough effort to push the head down, or Charlotte kind of went too slowly down.
It's a long way for Charlotte, like.
It is a lot. It is a lot. It's a thing that sometimes happens, even with the most professional of people. It was just a malfunction that was unfortunately captured by people in the crowd and shared online. WWE, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer radio show, are going to be editing this scene for Friday, which is just as well. I don't know whether Kevin Dunn, like Super Zoom, can fix that or not.
It'll probably cut Adam Pearce going, oh! Just as the impact happens.
Or they could have like a little sound, like an impact, like bang.
The WCW. The old-fashioned Channel 5 boink.
Yes! They could have a boink!
They could have a boink.
That'd be amazing.
Charlotte and Ronda having a boink.
It's a tough one to edit round, because from what I've seen, like that motion is the impetus for the brawl that breaks out.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do some. I mean, whoever's working in production, kind of coat to you this week.
All the best, yeah.
You've got quite a week on you. I wonder whether, like, I don't know whether his name is Malcolm Powell, who works in WWE production, just
Mansouri. It was always Mansouri back in the day, wasn't it? Kevin Owens hated Mansouri.
Oh, really?
You remember Mansouri?
Maybe it's Mansouri's son, Mansouri. And he's woke up this morning and, like, his partner's gone, "You okay, hon?" "Yeah, I've just got a busy week." She's like, "It's Valentine's Day." "Yeah, can we just celebrate it next week when I haven't got to worry about it?" "I bought you flowers." "Yeah, but we'll just do it. Just leave me alone." "Oh, God." His love life is breaking down because of the appalling actions of Charlotte and Ronda.
Yeah, those two having a boink.
He's not having a boink at this rate for Valentine's Day, I tell thee. So, see how SmackDown looks on Friday. Good luck, everybody. Let's move over to the AEW side of things. So, Chris Jericho got some tongues a-wagging on the Twitter. Just like that.
Sorry, I'm
sorry.
Happy
Valentine's Day.
Form a cue, ladies.
Kevin Owens changed his Twitter profile picture to commemorate the 5-year anniversary of the Festival of Friendship. 5 years!
Well, that's
5 years!
The segment itself was heartbreaking, but knowing it was 5 years ago is equally as heartbreaking. Where is time going? We're all going to be dead soon.
The best... Well...
Happy Valentine's Day.
Please don't say that to a man who is tickling 40. I appreciate that. My favourite version of that Festival of Friendship was, there was a bit of a craze for a while where My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion was put under stuff. There's a version of that with Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On, and the moment that Owens does the turn, it's "You're here!" and it just, it sends tears to my knees. Jericho put out a tweet in response to this profile picture change saying, "I haven't forgotten, Owens. You never know when you'll see me again."
Now, you might be thinking this isn't news, dear viewer, but it is interesting news because, as we all know, Chris Jericho, upon the birth of AEW, when it came out of Tony Khan's womb, he signed a 3-year contract with an option for an extra year. And if you do your mathematics, Tom, later this year, it's 3 years since the debut of AEW.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So if they don't do that extension, could Chris Jericho and his lovely new abs, which I saw pointed out on Twitter over the weekend, all the best to Jericho for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Wish I had abs at the age of 57, whatever he is. Could he be going back to WWE? Who knows?
Very well, could be, very well. I mean, it's funny that, this comes up in conversation again when he was on Talk Sport a while ago, saying that it was the feud with Owens that was the sort of nail in the proverbial coffin of him leaving WWE, saying he was so unhappy that they had that match sold second. The writing was on the wall that they didn't care about the feud. It was one of the best feuds. It was originally meant to be the main event of WrestleMania, and then it ends up on second.
It was a heartbreak. It must be heartbreaking for those two involved, because it was the storyline that I remember back in 2017 and everyone was most invested in. And then Kevin Owens took on Goldberg at that Fastlane, was it?
Yeah.
Lost the title, and then down the card it went. It was such a shame.
It's a change of the way WrestleMania is run, because Mania for a long time was about these long time rivalries coming to a head. When nowadays it's more like, here are the stars of the thing, and that's both work fine. I personally I like it when you have like a rivalry, a story that builds for a year, and the culmination is at WrestleMania. The rage and climax is at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's not just for those damn casuals, it's for us sad pricks as well. We watch every week of the year. Reward us, for goodness sake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at me keys. I'm a gatekeeper. That's what I do. Talking of saddos, he's old saddos. He's not old. This boy, quite the opposite.
He's young and happy, and his name is Nick Wayne, and he's young and he is happy, well, because he was born 16 years ago, and he is happy because he has an AEW contract waiting for him.
He does indeed. He was at Defy Wrestling. He lost to Christopher Daniels, but then Darby Allin made an appearance, and he was like training him, wasn't he?
It's footage from 5 or 6 years ago. It's Darby Allin and somebody else. I've forgotten who the other notable name is. My memory is shocking. I'm sorry about that. But they're training a 10-year-old Nick Wayne.
Nice.
He might as well be called Bruce Wayne.
Because he's Batman.
Because he's Batman.
Nice. There's an idea for you. So at this Defy show, Darby Allin made a surprise appearance. Post-match, told Wayne that he had an AEW contract for him, and Wayne accepted it to rousing chants of, "You deserve it, clap, 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 clap,
It
clap."
makes you sick though, doesn't it, Tom? Because upon hearing this, because I did, to be full transparency, everybody, I didn't know too much about Nick Wayne before this morning. But I went back and watched one match, and that one match was him against Joey Janela from November of last year, and the stuff he could do at that age makes me sad.
Oh, a bright future. But this is a really cool deal. So what they've got here, so AEW, like WWE have done similar deals with like this, where they'll sort of get somebody in and say, look, do what you need to do, but then you've got a job waiting for you when you're ready. So like, this is an apprenticeship deal essentially for AEW. In order for this contract to become Wayne's, Wayne has to finish school. Yeah. He's only 16. So when he turns 18, he will become, as long as he's finished school and all is good, he'll become a fully contracted AEW wrestler. So get to school, kids.
Yeah.
Learn stuff.
Get a backup in case that wrestling dream of yours doesn't work out.
Always have a plan B. This isn't, and then be friends with Darby Allin, I guess. So you might not know Nick Wayne, as we were remiss of knowing what he was about. He's the son of late wrestler and promoter Buddy Wayne, and he's been part of Defy's roster, Black Label Pro. He's been doing stuff for GCW. So he's been, he's been on the bubble for a while. One to watch.
Yes, definitely.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
He can do everything. He's like Will Ospreay, but a bit smaller because he's younger and his body hasn't fully developed. That's how young he is, Tom.
Is he like Will Ospreay? What
Backyard Will Ospreay
evolves into if he was a Pokemon?
Yeah, honestly, in that match against Janela, he does a Sasuke special, but then Janela sort of catches him and he reverses it to a DDT on the floor. You should be able to do that at 16.
Sickening.
It's disgusting. I struggle to walk up the stairs.
Who's sending best wishes this morning to Kylie Rae, who's been back on the scene for a little while now. Unfortunately, not able to compete over the weekend. She suffered a concussion. She tweeted out saying, "Thank you for the kind messages. Took a pretty nasty bump last night and suffered a concussion. Unfortunately, won't be cleared to perform this weekend. Wishing you all a great show. I'll be there in spirit. Have fun and be safe. Best wishes, Kylie Rae."
Yeah, it always seems to be one step forward, two steps back. It's never her fault, seemingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. She comes close, and then she's had a few occasions where she's had to take mental health breaks from the wrestling world, and then just as she's sort of getting motor back up and running, as you say, one step forward, two steps back.
Nobody gets too far like that.
No, oh, nice. It's a good rhyme, Matt.
Yeah.
I like that.
I made it up.
Matt Cardona flavoured news. What What a weekend it was for Cardona again.
Proven that actually WWE was his developmental, because he's only gone and won the big one, the huge one, the £10 one. He's the new NWA heavyweight champion, Tom.
He is indeed. He beat Trevor Murdoch in Kentucky at the Power Trip tapings over the weekend. Almost immediately after winning the title, Matt Cardona is squared up to by Nick Aldis. They will meet at the Crockett Cup next month. But this is just another incredible accolade for Cardona, who's coming up to his second year since being released from WWE.
Yeah.
And what a time. Former GCW champion, he turned that company completely on its head. Became the Impact.
You turned an heel.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Though? He was great.
He did. He's fantastic.
He's amazing. He's the Impact Digital Media Champion. In a weird twist of fate, he won the ECW Television Championship for Rhino. He is having the most creative, engaging, fun time in wrestling. And there's been a few people who have spoken to Matt Cardona. And they've realised, actually, away from contracts and what I'm doing now, there's a dream. We had Scotty Duhati on Desert Island Grabs the other week, and he even said it was watching and talking to Matt Cardona that made me go, actually, I've got to get out of here.
He just seems to be having a whale of a time. Yeah. Like, having that freedom to do whatever you want and just sort of have fun with what you're doing, because he's just been a typical, like, anything that's sort of, he looks at promotion and everything they hate, he does. Like, for example, he's taken the NWA World title to Disneyland Paris today.
Brilliant.
Is it Paris or the one in America? I don't know.
I'll be the American one, I'd have thought.
The NWA Championship is in Disneyland today, which will get Trevor Murdoch going, oh, I can't be on a small world. How could you do that? Ric Flair held that title.
Why is he?
Get it off, Space Mountain.
Why is he a sitcom actor from the 20s?
I swear, Matt Cardona, right to the moon with you. Right to the moon.
Good luck to you, Cardona.
Way aye.
Big fan of your work. More news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.
Oodle pip.